You know, all I'm doing is looking at a camera and rambling for no predetermined amount of time. But yet, while my mouse is hovering over the start recording button, I'm like, whoa, nerves. Why should I be nervous? I'm just talking about myself. Anyway, hi. Don't mind the blinding light behind me. It's just my windows. God nor the aliens are coming to capture me. So this is another vlog. I'm trying to do these more regularly. Whether or not it's actually working or not, you be the judge of that. So I've divided my notes. I've got a little notepad on my screen here that tells me what I actually want to talk about. So it's focused rambling instead of just normal rambling. So that way, and I put all the gaming stuff at the end, so that if you don't give a fuck about what video games I'm playing, you can feel free to punch out after like the first 4 minutes. Oh god, what have I done? So, school related stuff. So, I had a conversation with the registrar here at USD last week. We talked about this, that, and the other thing. She found out that I had a replacement for one of the required classes. So she's like, well, let me look into this. You want me to call you back or email you? Call me back, I said. Well, it is now 8 days later. Still radio darkness. In that conversation, however, I learned that I've got a pen here, so I can point at you with the pen. I learned it's mostly going to help my gesturing. I learned that I have all the requirements fulfilled for a Bachelor of Science in English with a computer science minor. So over the course of the last 8 days, I've thought about that. And like, you know, I'm okay with this. Because ultimately, my associate's degree, plus my 2 years of QA testing experience, is probably going to get me whatever job I want. Which admittedly, the jobs I want are not exactly mind-numbing. Maybe they are mind-numbing, but they're not mind-altering. And yes, it's a purple pen, don't judge me. Because I'm okay doing QA stuff. As long as I have developers to give me focus. I would like to do help desk stuff. Fortunately, most of those jobs are like, so this is an entry-level job, but we want you to have experience to do our entry-level job. So I don't know. So, yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm going to take advantage of my student services that I get from USD until May. And yeah. So that's that. I will probably never recommend this university to anybody though. Like I had a good time in the English department 5-6 years ago. Coming back though, I regret everything. I could have much more wisely spent my $12,000, $16,000 at CTU and actually got a bachelor's degree in computer science. Actually, probably in information technology, which is what I'm, truth be told, interested in. Well, that and being a video game commentator, but I don't actually think that's a realistic career opportunity. But more on that later. So life stuff. Okay, I guess later is now. Um, so I've kind of hit that point where Kristen and I are going to be moving somewhere in August. Part of me is really excited about that because it's once again getting the hell out of Vermilion. I'm sorry, but Vermilion, South Dakota is just not my cup of tea. But at the same time, it's terrifying because we're moving somewhere. And ultimately, we aren't actually going to know where that where is until probably the end of the school year at the earliest. That's a very small window of time to find a place to live. And quite frankly, scares the shit out of me. Related to that, I actually have to find real full-time work. Because wherever we move, I can't just work 15 hours a week. First of all, because I would go crazy. Second of all, because we wouldn't be making enough money to start paying back my student loans. So yeah. So hopefully, like, the perfect situation in Jared land in my head, I would get hired by Riot Games to be a play-by-play caster somewhere, anywhere really, and I would do that. But the fact is, I'm too scared to put myself out there, and I'm too scared to put myself out there. So, yeah. In realistic Jared world in my head, I would get like a God damn it, I don't even know what to call it. I'd be that guy that drives around a fairly rural school district, or rural area group of school districts, I guess, and helps them with technology issues. Oh, this computer's broken. Oh, well, that's fine. It's just a fried motherboard. We'll swap that out and you'll be hunky-dory. Or I don't know how to use PowerPoint. Well, here's how you use PowerPoint. What's a smart board? This is a smart board. My forehead is not really a smart board. Please do not trade it as such. However, the likely scenario is that I'm going to keep doing QA work. As long as it's full-time, pays well, has benefits, hours don't suck, I'm okay with that. I really am. It's not difficult work. The two main things about it, in my opinion, are you have to be thorough, and you have to have mostly they're tied together. You have to be thorough, and you have to have the initiative to be thorough. Because it's much better to be, to me anyway, this is my philosophy on it. It's much better to be really thorough once and either send a ticket back because you were super duper thorough, or pass a ticket because you were super duper thorough, and then you never see that ticket again. Like, unless the project just blows up and they have to start from scratch, you should never see that bug again. So it should either be you test it thoroughly, you pass it on, and it's golden, or you test it thoroughly, you send it back, the dev does their programming juju and fixes it. They send it back to you, you're thorough again, you confirm that that bug's no longer there, and you send it on. Send it on. Sorry, I gestured off camera. My bad. Also, I know it's not yet March, and certainly nowhere near the spring equinox. But winter can go fuck off and, go back to the Arctic Circle. There you go. Saw most of the gesture that time. we got 4 inches of snow yesterday. It was, or not yesterday, Monday. It was really the first like significant it snowed all day snowstorm we've had all winter. But it's been so bitterly cold all winter, with the exception of like 2 weeks ago when it was 50 for a week. And I was walking around in shorts and flip-flops because it was 50 degrees. Uh, yeah, winter can fuck off. Oh, look at that. I gave you 10 minutes of non-gaming content. Roughly. So if you don't care about the gaming content, feel free to bugger off. If you care about the video game content, here it comes. So I got a new video card last week. It's a GTX 760, which, for those of you not hip on PC gaming hardware, this thing's a beast. I re-downloaded Skyrim this morning, and I'm playing it on max settings, and it looks gorgeous. And my video card's like, what? This is nothing. I'll have to replace this computer before I have to before I have to replace this video card. It's lovely. It is. So yeah. League of Legends stuff. I've broken out of my slump, sort of. I actually managed to, I'm like right around a 50% win rate in ranked now. But this, that, and the other thing are keeping me from getting out of Silver 5, which is somewhat annoying. This frog in my throat is also somewhat annoying. The last promo series I lost was because the server hiccuped in the middle of Game 3 of my series. Now I know. I could have just 2-0'd the series, but I played like poop in Game 1. So I didn't. And so a game we were winning turned into a loss because of like 10 minutes of server instability. And I was just not. I feel bad for Riot. Hackers have found a way around or found a DDoS attack that works against their ISPs, which is just leading to general server instability. It's frustrating for everybody. But that's okay because there's always the LCS. And LCS is about mid-spring split. Things are exciting. My favorite teams are not playing very well. Well, they're not playing very consistently, I should say. They're playing well, and then they're playing like shit, and then they're playing well, and then they're playing like shit. Yeah. But Nebraska basketball is winning. Don't forget that. OGN Champions is going to be starting up again soon. The last day of qualifiers for Champions Spring were this morning. Now, before you say, this morning, people who play video games for a living don't get up in the morning. The OGN is the Korean league. So it was actually played overnight. I think the show started at like midnight Central Time. Let's see, I think the Chinese league started up this week, or will start up this week. And I just read a tweet that Riot has finally listened to all the complaining, and they're actually doing their 25 minutes of pre-show stuff as a pre-show, so that games actually start at the scheduled start time, which is lovely. I'm a fan. I think that's all I got for League stuff. My other main game I'm playing right now is Path of Exile. It's a Diablo clone, but less blizzardy. Mostly way more free. And there is a mini expansion pack coming out for that. Um, next Wednesday. In fact, just over a week because it's going to go live at 1 p.m. Pacific time. So, whatever that is, 3 o'clock here. So that's exciting. I'm theory crafting new builds for that. But of course, mostly, like all the theory crafting really has to wait until the end of, until the press embargo lifts and they release the changes to the passive tree and this, that, and the other thing, just so we know what all is changing to know for sure how skills are going to work, how the tree is going to be able to be set up. So yeah, that's probably going to be my weekend after we get back from Grandma's birthday. And I'm looking to add a third game to my gaming rotation just to keep everything from getting stale. Might be Skyrim. I've reinstalled Guild Wars 2, thinking, well, maybe I can get back on the MMO train. Let's see. I don't know. Kind of iffy on that just because it's either level a brand new character or and learn how to play it, or come on, Jared, use your words. Or get carried for a while I'm relearning how to play on my current level 80s. Not sure that I really like either option. And then I've got a few other random games that I play from time to time. Civ 5, Hearthstone, Osu. Various Facebook games that aren't made by King. Because those guys sound like dicks, and I don't really want to support dicks. Don't support dicks, kids. I'm so dumb. But if I didn't find my jokes funny, no one would. Let's see. Oh, one more life stuff thing. So bonus life stuff for those of you who sat through the 7 minutes of video game stuff. The exercise is going well. Kristen and I are on week 1, 2, 3. This is week 8. Exercising 4 days a week. We haven't made a whole lot of dietary changes, but I feel like we've made a fair bit of portion control changes, which have certainly helped me at least. And so yeah, that's going well. We haven't missed a day yet. Mostly, I think that's the impressive bit. Is that we've gone 8 weeks exercising 4 days a week and not skipped a day. I mean, I shouldn't say that. We've skipped days, but then we've made them up on the weekend, so it's more like we postponed days, I guess. Yeah, that's all I got. I made you sit through 20 minutes of me talking to you almost. So if you have any thoughts, words of encouragement, leave them down there. Whether that be in the comment section on Facebook or the comment section on YouTube, or tweet me at Solietu, which that'll be in the link to that'll be in the description as well. And yeah, thanks for listening. Happy to talk to you. I will do it again soon.